I was born December 15th, 1933. I was born in Murphy, North Carolina. I was raised in Akron, Ohio. My name is Sidney Lauren Leatherwood.
My name is Edna May Bogart Leatherwood.
My parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents were all Christians. Mom said the first time she saw Dad, before she ever met him, he was sitting in church playing the organ and spitting tobacco out the window. They got married. Mom was 15 years old. Dad was 19. Dad had gone to Akron, Ohio several times, worked in the rubber shops for a period of time, and he would get laid off and he would move back south again. And then when they started hiring, he would go back north. I was a twin, and when we were 6 weeks old, Mom got on a train with her sister, so there was 5 of us when we moved to Akron. We lived in various rental homes for a while. On one of his trips south, Dad had bought a house in Murphy, and he was able to sell it and buy a home in Akron, and that's where we were raised. I went to the Akron Baptist Temple. I was saved when I was 12 in Sunday school.
I grew up in Akron, Ohio. My folks were from Tennessee, but they had moved, they got married and moved to Akron. That's where they had their family and their children, and I grew up there. Well, we were a big family, 7 children, 2 sisters and 4 brothers. My mom and dad accepted the Lord when I was a baby, I believe. Really loved our church. We really were involved in everything that went on there.
I stayed in Akron until I went in the military when I was 18 years old. In 1954, now this was during the Korean conflict, came home on leave and met Edna. I walked into the restaurant. She was sitting there with a girlfriend. I knew the girlfriend from church, and they invited me to join them, so I did. And then so on Sunday, when she saw me in the balcony, she knew me, knew that she had talked to me the previous week.
And we were together then the whole day, right?
Yes.
Even, I mean, we did so much that day and went out to eat. Then we
Played miniature golf.
We went and played miniature golf.
Was with her for, what, a week or 10 days, and I had to go back to California. But at the time when I left her, I said, okay, in 2 years we'll get married, after knowing her for less than 2 weeks. And actually that's what happened. We got married in '56, 2 years from the time I'd met her. I don't know if she'd going to choose me or not, but I chose her. And to date, that's in excess of 67 years we've been together. It was a long time ago.
That's our wedding day, June 8th, 1956. Wow, we look young. Can't believe I'm as old as I am.
You were so pretty. What'd you see in me?
I don't know. You've really given me a big kiss, and Paul's laughing about it.
Oh, I couldn't do that now. And there's the happy couple. Just married.
50 years. Oh my goodness.
I worked at Goodyear when we first got married, and Ford built a new plant outside of Cleveland, and I've got a job there in November after we got married in June. So most of our married life I worked at Ford, and I got into data processing, punch card accounting when I was in the military, and I continued that at Goodyear and at Ford. And then when computers came in, they sent me to school, and I started programming for computers, and we worked day and night. We were married in '58, and '64 we built a new home closer to where I worked. And the only day I could get off to move was the 4th of July, if you can believe that. That's how busy we were in the computer section. And it was that way actually in my entire time at Ford, 32 years. She raised the kids. She did a terrific job with it because I was never home. I'd come home from church on Sunday evening, lay down for a half an hour, go to work. We believed in church. We believed in God. We believed in raising our children in a Christian home, and we did. Linda was born in 58. Dan was born in 59. Cindy was born in 63. And then Laura was born in 69.
Linda and Dan were really, really close. They were just 15 months apart.
We lived in Allen Park, and they had a Christian school all the way through elementary through high school. And from there, they all went to Bob Jones for college. And that's when we moved to Greenville when I retired, because Laura was in her first year there. We're so proud of them for not only going to Christian schools, but the Christian lives that they all lead. We enjoyed our children. They were all good kids growing up, no problems at all.
It was really good.
We have 11 grandchildren, 15 great-grandchildren so far. When I walk around the neighborhood here, I go through all of the kids, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren. It's the only way I can keep up with all the names and present them to the Lord to watch over them. And that's what I do.
Well, I'm glad you're not out looking at other women.
And if you want, I give you all their names. Lyndon, Bob, Lincoln, Christina, Susanna, and Taylor. Dan and Terry, Lauren and John, Elizabeth, Catherine, Charlotte, and Victoria, otherwise known as Ellie, Kate, Charlotte, and Jane. Then there's Nathan and James and Julia. And not last but not least, Morgan. Then there's Cindy and Mike. Micah, Abby, Sophia, Chloe, Toby, Kara, and Adam, and Benji, and Ethan. Then there's Andrew and Marissa, and Joy, Allie, Phoebe, Zachary, Laura, and Rob, Sydney and Will, her husband, and Samantha. I think if you add them up, there's 41.
Grandma, what is your favorite thing about Grandpa?
Because he's so equal, so same all the time.
Grandpa, what's your favorite thing about Grandma?
She loves me. She accepts me, warts and all. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom, and as you sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with gratitude in your hearts to God. And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him.
Trust in the Lord with all of your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight.
We'll never be able to express how much God has loved us and blessed us in our marriage, and how proud we are of our children and their lives and what they have become. We love you all.
We have been blessed.
Yes, we have.
sit a little closer.